When an animal reaches out for help, it means they're experiencing their most desperate moments. Fortunately, humans are always empathetic and ready to lend a hand in time. wowtv has gathered all these heartwarming stories in Animals That Ask People for Help and Kindness. Elks have to move down to villages in search of food during winter, which often leads to them getting stuck. It took a long time to rescue this bull elk because he resisted a lot, but the rescuers persevered to keep everyone safe. While eagerly pursuing a cat, this dog's head became stuck in the silencer under a car. The first rescue attempt failed, so they had to work with the car owner to come up with a better solution. After getting out, the dog recovered completely and was unharmed. This is the heartwarming moment a couple used a plastic crate to rescue a kitten from a pond. It took a while for the frightened cat to hop into the box, prompting the couple to immediately lift it back to safety. According to the filmer, the animal was safe and seen with its mom the next day. The diver knew something was wrong when the pufferfish kept tumbling. To remove the hook, he needed to be as gentle as possible.
And you can see those teeth are looking sharp and strong, so I don't want to end up with my finger in his mouth because that could be the last time that I ever see my finger.
In the end, he cleaned up the remaining debris so other creatures wouldn't be in danger like that. This horse was found at a junkyard in really bad shape. This kind man took it home and did some health checks. The new life here was like a paradise any horse would dream of. This was pretty risky, but he's a snake expert. He knew that if he didn't act, things would go badly for the python. Thankfully, it worked, and the python needed some rest to recover before being released back into the wild. Clearly, CPR is a crucial skill for both humans and animals, and everyone should be well equipped with it. Shallow water between the rocks can be a trap for large, disorientated fish. Despite the risks, brave fishermen approached the distressed whale. Then, they used their fishing techniques to guide it back into the ocean.
Только не харкайся, пожалуйста.
Camels can handle thirst better than most animals, but that doesn't mean they don't get thirsty. A bit of water would help them get through the intense desert heat.
Все. Опа. Пока.
Are you stuck?
After being stuck for too long, the cow was so exhausted it couldn't call for help anymore.
Oh man.
Unable to resist its pitiful gaze, the farmer used all his strength to pull the calf out from the tree.
Okay.
And here's an update on its life after the rescue.
You gotta let nature do its thing, Travis. Travis, you let nature do its thing.
A skilled predator in the sky, the hawk is outmatched in the water by the Muscovy ducks.
Oh, the hawk's already done, dude. You're literally... Stop.
Despite his friend's warnings, Travis still went into the pond to free the hawk.
Travis and I are not the same.
Come on, little guy. You just have to put your little leggies in. That's it.
We barely noticed this tiny, clumsy animal. But this girl is different. With great gentleness, she successfully got the lizard out without causing any harm.
You guys, I am so happy I got him out of there.
Lifting an adult impala out of the mud is no easy task without any support. But with his love for animals, he persisted until the rescue was completed. We know to stay away from these places, but animals don't. A big thanks to the brave electrician who saved this adorable lost baby. Not only humans, but animals also face many challenges due to the extreme heat. A little ORS solution and enthusiastic help from kind people can help the monkey recover its energy.
Hey, come on.
The lost dog wandered into a pond, but since it was blind, it couldn't get out on its own. The freezing water made it very challenging for the rescuer. After some effort, the officer managed to pull the doggo out.
Okay, bub. Okay.
Always keep an eye on your pets and make sure they don't get lost.
Nice and heat.
Do you notice anything unusual about the elephant's trunk? After planning the treatment, a 30-inch branch was pulled out. The elephant was doing fine and would surely be grateful for their help. It's really tough to approach an eagle because they're very alert. The rain couldn't stop the compassionate girl from taking it to the hospital for treatment. It's such an emotional moment to witness the team's effort in rescuing the cow. Leave a like to appreciate these beautiful acts of kindness in life.
This is gonna be tricky. Billy, don't do it. Oh, alright, got him. Oh my god. So wicked.
The cocoon was drying out, and the Coletta silk moth couldn't escape itself. Despite the debate about intervening in the process, the girls successfully helped it become a beautiful moth. Some bad guys put this cat in this condition, and we were here to rescue this little life. Breaking through the cement was the only way to save it. Don't worry, poor kitty. Please show some more respect for animals and their lives. Everyone thought rescuing a birdie from a height of 90 feet was impossible. But the tree trimmer didn't think so. He climbed the tree and brought it down to the cheers of everyone. Discarded cans can also lead to serious consequences. Make sure to dispose of your trash properly to protect animals and preserve their habitats. The cobra was lucky to encounter kind people. The orphaned rhino accidentally fell into the river while visiting its mom's grave and couldn't climb out. Weighing 750 kilograms, it took a lot of effort from the rescue team, along with the tractor, to get it safely back on land. These snakes needed to be rescued from the irrigation pond because they're not water snakes and couldn't stay there too long. This guy was really brave, holding the rope with one hand and rescuing them with the other. Despite their resistance, after some struggles, the rescue was a success. It looks like this tiny newborn was sadly abandoned. Aww. Luckily, this woman became its new mom and gave it a loving home. The Florida Wildlife Hospital took in a tortoise with a cracked shell after it tried to cross a busy road. Hopefully, the tortoise would make a full recovery soon. A spectacular rescue was filmed on the slope at Panther River. The mama horse couldn't save her foal due to the treacherous terrain. Undeterred by the danger, a passerby stepped in to the rescue. Approaching a wild boar in distress due to injured legs was no easy task. But the doctors couldn't delay any longer, as the patient needed immediate medical intervention.
Watch out.
He's out.
It's free.
Что-то выкинуло на берег.
These tourists were helping this pufferfish return to the ocean. Their kindness was truly precious. However, be careful not to touch its skin directly to avoid exposure to toxins.
Okay.
The pipe was the only lifeline the leopard could cling to at that moment. Thanks to the villagers' teamwork, a large cage was lowered to bring it to safety. CPR miraculously saved another life. The fish farmer saw a heron struggling in the fishing net. This happens quite often as it came to the farm looking for food. Without hesitation, he helped to get it free. Oh dear, little bird, why are you stuck in the fireplace?
Get this bird out.
Don't be afraid, you'll be free soon. Mud pits are favorite spots for many animals, but sometimes they can turn into big traps. Without this guy's help, the lamb could have stayed there forever.
救一下。这没有中啊！往他路，好嘞。
There's no way she could leave a helpless creature lying motionless on the road. She was its savior. The strong will to live helped this pig survive 45 days trapped under a collapsed house due to an earthquake. It kept making desperate cries, and people heard it, sparking a glimmer of hope for its survival. Moved by its effort, the woman decided to give it a forever home. The elephant was in critical condition after spending 12 hours in a water-filled well. Racing against time, the team had to mobilize all available resources and manpower. In the end, the elephant was freed. What a beautiful outcome for everyone.
Are you okay? I'm coming. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. Okay. You're okay. I have you. It's okay.
Locals discovered a large python stuck, forcing the rescuers to break the concrete pipe to free it. It's best to call experts and wait for them to arrive in such a situation. Avoid hitting, killing, or capturing them without proper experience. Being left in a deep forest was terrifying, especially when the fox was trapped and couldn't free itself. Fortunately, there were good people ready to help.
Эй, Акела, привет!
It seemed the wolf would have to go hungry for another night.
Да?
But it
Давай.
encountered a kind man who was willing to share all of his food.
На, сальцо. Не бойся, на.
What would you do if you saw this on the highway? These people stayed behind and took some time to guide the flock of ducks to safety. The wild boar would have been stuck in the icy river all winter if it hadn't met its heroes. Thanks for the timely rescue. The mama bat had spent her whole life protecting her baby, hoping someone would pass by and save the little one. Just as she wished, a girl saw the baby bat and took it home to care for it. Raccoons trying to enter into attics is a common thing in Toronto, Ontario, but this one tried to get into a hole that was a little bit too small. Watch how this rescue team safely and humanely handled this.
Slow.
This kind man released the poor octopus back into the sea. Surprisingly, instead of swimming away immediately, it turned back and placed its tentacle on his leg as a heartfelt thank you. Slow koalas often can't find their way out of wildfires on their own. What would have happened to it if the woman hadn't shown up? Officials postponed the dam's opening after discovering 2 tiger cubs taking refuge in the spillway. The walls were so high that the cubs couldn't get out on their own.
Atta boy. Good boy.
So wildlife organizations reached out to rescue them. These metal pillar tubes had holes on top, so the sparrow might have accidentally fallen through. From now on, the workers will need to check the tubes regularly. Before the waves could sweep this bird away, some quick-thinking tourists rescued it and dried its wings. Bad weather disrupted the bird's flight, causing it to fall and nearly lose its ability to fly. Let's hope no marine creatures find themselves in such a situation again. The rescue team gently eased the fear of the doggo trapped in the concrete wall. They then used simple tools to dismantle part of the wall with the homeowner's permission. Guess what they found under the hood of this car? It was a 15-foot venomous cobra that had accidentally gotten stuck while looking for a cool place. One of the rescuers calmly handled it and safely removed it. The baby moose looked at its mom with such a sad gaze, but all she could do was stand there helpless. The best solution was to distract the mama moose and work together to pull the calf onto the shore.
So tired. So tired. Here you go. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Wolves are wild and fierce animals, making people wary when interacting with them. Faced with the suffering wolf that was barely alive, she didn't hesitate to use CPR to save it.
Girl, come on, girl. Come on, girl.
It's unclear how long this hawk had been here, but it seemed it could no longer fly.
It's okay.
Staying there would make it prey for other animals. So a kind farmer decided to take it back and help it get better.
Okay, we can protect you till you get better. I got water. You want to eat your mouse?
Go, 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 go. Perfect. Spinner. Good.
After being abandoned in a metal cage for 4 years, the dog was finally taken outside. Its condition was dire. Its 5-kilogram fur was covered in mud, making it difficult to move. The treatment and recovery would be a long process. But luckily, it had someone by its side this time. Hopefully, this great love would help it get through it. A small act of kindness saved a lot of time for the sloth mom and her baby to reunite. This turtle must have been very uncomfortable, carrying so many parasites on its back. Fortunately, this kind man noticed and helped it. The wooden box might have obscured the orange kitten's view, but it could clearly sense that its owner was doing everything possible to rescue it. The elephant had been starving in this well for 3 days before people discovered it. The rescue was incredibly challenging, with many failed attempts, but they never gave up on this unfortunate creature. Thanks to their unity and love for animals, they succeeded. The snowstorm from the previous night buried a pregnant horse under the thick snow. Passerby kept reassuring the stuck animal and mobilized a wheel loader to rescue it. A baby bunny got stuck while trying to find its way home.
It's okay. It's okay.
It must have been very scared.
On the bottom.
The police officers helped a shark mom trapped in an illegal fishing net to give birth to her pups. Getting stuck in a 30-foot deep well is a really terrifying thing. It was fortunate that the hyena cooperated with the Wildlife SOS rescue team. People know that an electrical box is a dangerous place and to stay away from it. But this poor bird wasn't aware of that. Luckily, it held on until a human came to the rescue. The little paw was desperately clinging to the last hope of life. No matter how tiny, every creature deserves a chance to live well. It looks like this seal pup had been stuck there for a long time.
He actually got him. Holy smokes.
This guy saved its life by taking it back to the ocean. These three birds' mom didn't keep her promise to bring back food. In a place without any hope for survival, they met a kind-hearted worker.
The bird's stuck on the back of the boat.
Yeah, he's stuck on a hook with some old bait on it.
A stranded seagull destined to die after it was caught up in the fishing line on the back of a boat.
Bloody hook out of him.
Things changed when it was discovered by a man. Seeing the bear struggling on the road with a plastic bottle stuck over its head, she ran over to help. Even a small act of kindness from a person can mean a lot to them.
You're okay. You're okay.
A little monkey was discovered entangled in a fishing net near the river. Its situation was truly pitiful, until this man came to the rescue. The strong current had everyone worried about the poor dog's fate. At that moment, a man didn't hesitate to jump in and save it. Some people hunt animals, but others are full of compassion. When he saw the deer struck by an arrow, he came to its rescue in time. To ensure the safety of the red fox, the rescue team had to be very careful and skilled. Thankfully, the rescue was successful, and the red fox was released back into the wild.
Calm down. It's okay.
Go right up. That's a whale on the side.
Oh my god!
No.
When witnessing the survival chase between a shark and a sea turtle, many people chose to walk away, but not this guy.
Save him from the tiger shark.
This situation lasted for 3 hours, and the horse seemed exhausted. To ensure that it didn't hurt the horse, they acted with extreme caution.
وش بك يا جنين؟ اضرب واج طين. الله يلعنه. كملك ما تروشت يا قنفل. نابرة الطين.
After a long journey, this fox began to feel discouraged as it could not find any source of food. On the contrary, it found a generous person. Due to being sprayed with too much pesticide, this snake was unconscious and could only wait for a miracle. And that miracle took the form of an old man. This sheep had to wear 40 kilograms of wool. It couldn't see or stand on its own. It's such a relief to see it finally freed from that heavy burden. A firefighter bravely used a rope to attach to a badger that was floundering in the rushing water. With the assistance of the rescue team and machinery, both of them came back to safety. Strong waves accidentally carried the giant Pacific octopus to the shore. Everyone knew that if it wasn't returned to the sea, things would only get worse, so they took action. Mud pits are the ideal place to cool off in the summer, but they might also be a trap for clumsy camels. The BSF team had to mobilize manpower and even a truck to help this guy. Every animal rescue has a huge impact and deserves to be appreciated. Share this video to spread some good vibes. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more exciting content from us. Goodbye, and see you next time.